Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Small Stages, Big Sounds. I'm again in the presence of rock royalty, Mr. Blaze Bailey. We're going to have a chat about his forthcoming tour, and we'll take it from there. Hi, Blaze. How are you today?
Good, thanks. Thanks for having me on your show again.
Yeah, you're welcome. Always a pleasure, never a chore, as they say. So, you've got a bit of a double celebration coming off this year, with Silicon Messiah being 25
Yeah.
and X Factor being 30.
Yeah, it's absolutely mad. Absolutely mad. It's incredible and it's a lot of work and it's just been fantastic. It's nice to be nostalgic about something that I'm so proud of. With Silicon Messiah, it didn't do well at the time. The management that I had and the time that it came out and everything, it failed really. And now on the 25th anniversary of it, I'm getting more fans to my gigs than I've ever had before. And it's just incredible the reaction that I'm having to the songs and people singing along. It's an album that a lot of my hardcore fans have loved for a long time. And to play those songs again and to do the whole album start to finish, it feels like a real privilege. And it made us start thinking we've still got some Silicon Messiah shows left on the tour, and we're just so excited about it. And then we started thinking, well, is it a bit too cheeky to think about doing the X Factor album, my Iron Maiden album from start to finish? And, we started talking about it and maybe we could do a show. And it's a 10th album. You know what? 10 shows in 10 countries might be a good thing because 10th album, Maiden have just done a tour where they've gone album 1 to 9. And I've got the 10th one in my repertoire. So I was thinking, you know what? And then when we started talking about it, we've done a few of those songs over the years, but there's so much great music and a lot of fans now because it's 30 years after I've never had the chance to see any of those songs performed. So we thought, you know what, let's have a go at it. And started rehearsing it and trying a few things out. Wow, just felt so good. And of course, I know I'm a doddery old git now, but back then I listened to, as I'm learning the stuff, I'm listening back, go okay, yeah, this bit. And it sounds, the difference in my voice compared to now, it sounds like a boy singing those albums. And now I'm a man singing those albums. That's the best way to put it. Because when we were recording the X Factor, Steve Harris would say to me, try singing it in this place, try there. And what happened was I found with Steve about another third to my voice I didn't even know I had. Over the years, I've strengthened my voice. I've become more confident, more connected to my voice as an instrument. And so I'm able to sing now, I feel, in a much more confident way than I did on the X Factor recordings. And of course, you live with those songs. You start taking your breath in a slightly different place. You learn the shape of the vowel and where the lyrics go and everything. And they just feel so good, the song. So we're very excited about doing it, even though it's nostalgic. Everybody's doing it, but it just feel really cool. It's like meeting friends that you haven't seen. You were best friends 30 years ago, and now you're seeing them again. Except you're going, hang on, you're not bald and overweight like I am. Why is that? So that's what it feels like. It feels like old friends that look really, really good and they feel good, man, singing those songs. Some of those, it just think, wow, this is good.
Well, I'm looking forward to the Silicon Messiah gig a week Friday. I've just had a quick listen through it because I haven't listened to it for a while, and I'm thinking, why was this not bigger than it was?
It's mad, isn't it? It's
It's,
absolutely insane.
there's some incredible, subtle guitar openings
Yeah,
on, you
so
know?
much work, and we were so lucky with the arrangements. I had Andy Sneap as a producer. You know, he does Judas Priest and Saxon now. He's done stuff for Iron Maiden. Incredible, talented musician and producer. And got him. We worked very closely together. We spent so much time together on the album. And the rehearsals, we rehearsed and kept polishing the songs before we ever got near the studio. They had to be, each song, it's got to be good enough to play live. We have to be able to play this live. It has to be convincing. And we worked and worked and worked. And we got a great result, you know, with what we did. It was horrible, really, that it failed. But those were the circumstances at the time. You know, the manager that I had at the time, being part of the big machine, the record company that I had, and under the old slave system of having a big advance and then trying to pay back, getting people talk about streaming now, David, and I've never had a royalty check. I've never had a penny of Silicon Messiah. It's unbelievable. It's literally unbelievable. But I've had more off streaming and the pittance that you get paid for stream than I ever had off the record company that put out Silicon Messiah. But that's the truth. That's how it is. And now, of course, I own my catalogue, and every time a fan buys Silicon Messiah, that money goes into me, into touring, to supporting me. And it's incredible. So now, 25 years later, Silicon Messiah is actually doing what I hoped it would do the first time around. And I'll tell you what, singing those songs, it's an incredible, incredible feeling. Yeah, I just can't help thinking, how are they this good? That's how I feel. You know, of course, it's purely subjective. It's purely subjective. But when I'm singing them, I'm just thinking, how did I end up doing anything this good? It's too good. It doesn't sound like me. It's too good.
It's really, really good. And like I said, I had a quick listen to before we came online, and I'll be one of those fans putting my money in your pocket a week Friday if there's
Thanks,
something
David.
there. But so, I mean, how did you find Steelhouse? Because I thought you were brilliant, and a lot of people that I spoke to did.
So lucky with the weather.
Yeah.
Man, everybody that I'd spoke to, I'd never done Steelhouse before. I was very excited about it. Everybody I spoke to said, it's great if you get the weather. And also the other thing they said is, you're going to burn the clutch out in your car if you're going up the hill. Luckily, we were in a rental van, you know. You could smell the burning clutches going up the hill. But it was incredible. And what a stage.
Yeah.
What a stage. A massive runway at the front of it. And it's almost like, well, I feel really, I'm too old and doddery to go down a runway but I'm here. There's a runway there. I'm going down a runway. I'm standing on the end of it. It was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And great big video screens and everything. And the size of the arena, just right. Really, you can have a walk around, get out of the thick of it if you want. And then it's not that far. You can have a great view of the stage anywhere you are. The TVs, the big screens, absolutely fantastic. Oh, man, I loved it. And what a great bunch of fans, really mixed age group and people who hadn't seen Wolfsbane before. And then people who were probably wish that we hadn't seen us at all because it was just mad. We went mad. We're absolutely mad on there. Absolutely mad. It was brilliant, man. It's just, I hope they'll have us back sometime in the future.
Well, there are a lot of people in that boathouse, and I had some fabulous photos of you as well up and down the ramp. So there we are.
Great.
But you know, with this now, you've got, like you said, the Silicon Messiah going on, and you've got the X Factor 10 in 10. And I see you've got 2 sold-out shows in Helsinki.
Yes, yeah, we're very lucky. My Finnish fans, my fans in Helsinki are just fantastic. Really, it's incredible. And I don't know, we've played there a couple of times, and it's just great. My fans there have said to me years and years ago, why don't you ever come and play here? And I said, nobody books me. So one of my fans said, okay, and he went to all his local pubs and venues, and he got 3 gigs, and he managed to get together enough money to get me and my friend Thomas Fison, the classical guitarist, over there. And it was just brilliant. And that was the start of a comeback for me in Scandinavia. Just absolutely incredible. And that's just an example of how lucky I am to have such loyal fans. You know, it's incredible. I wouldn't have 2 sold out shows in Helsinki if one of my fans hadn't said, "Why don't you play there?" And that's it. It's just absolutely incredible to have that support. I find it very humbling.
Small country, but an awful lot of strong music comes out of there as well.
Yeah. It is good. I suppose there's just something about it, and being up there, that there's a vibe about it, because they have the summer nights where it never gets dark, it only goes to twilight. And I've been there then. It's very eerie, but I think I have been there in wintertime, but I've never been there for any length of time. I've not been in there in the depth of winter. But I think there's something about that Viking spirit, and it's very, very special. I think it is reflected in their music.
So now you've got these 2 anniversary tours and albums out and about. What's the plans for new music?
Well, bit by bit, what happened to me a few years ago, after I'd done my Infinite Entanglement trilogy, my manager now is absolutely incredible. And he is on the side of the artist. And he said to me, "When can I expect your new album?" I said, "We've done 3 albums in 3 years, and they're all really good quality songs. The next thing you can expect from me has to be 2 years." That's how long it's going to take for things to ferment and percolate and things to start coming out. And that's quality. I could have done another album the next year, but I don't know. It would have been pushing it. I'd have been doing it mostly on my technique, not on actual inspiration. And he said, "Okay, then. Well, sounds like a challenging time for us." So anyway, we went ahead, and he supported me on that, and we got a great album at the end of it. So we've just done Circle of Stone. There's so much good music on that. So since then, I've had a bit of a breathing space and everything. Slowly, ideas are coming, bits and pieces. I keep on my dictaphone and in my notepad. In a few months, then I'll start trying to see what things fit together. And is this a vocal melody or a guitar melody? Is this a title, or is it just is it a lyric in the verse? Things like that. And slowly it'll come together, and then I'll get together with the people that I write with, and we'll see how we go. But it won't be anytime soon. But I don't know. It'll be at least 27, I suppose. There's a lot to do. There's a lot of live things that I really want to do before I go back to the studio. It's a love-hate relationship for me in the studio. So I enjoy the puzzle of putting a song together, making all the parts fit, and we need a bit that does this, and writing that and finding that. But also, you do a good album and it's like a curse, because fans go, "Love this album." And then I'm thinking, man, that felt like a complete accident. And how am I going to do that? Anything near that again? It feels really, really challenging. And then somehow, at the end of the process, you're going, how did these ideas get from a docking muck to something like this, like Tears in Rain? How did that happen? It's a complete mystery. It seemed impossible, and it was, but we've done it. So I don't know. There's something about that part of the creative process. I love finding those solutions, but I hate having the expectation where I've got to come up with something. So I'm never keen to go back to the studio, but when I'm there, I do make the most of it, and I'm totally studio then. I don't want to go back out. No, we've got to do more. We'll do more of this.
Give yourself a bit of a break to have breathing time. So
Yeah, that's what I think.
with regards to your other career, radio presenter,
Yeah.
are you picking that up again at any point?
Yeah, I still do my Friday shows and my Wednesday shows. So Wednesday is Monsters of Rock, that's internet only. And Friday Night Rocks is on Planet Rock, and that's Friday nights. So it's Wednesdays is Monsters of Rock, internet only. And Planet Rock, I do Friday Night Rocks, and that's on digital, on DAB, and it's in stereo. And it's
I know.
it's mad. Why do they have me on the radio? You know, just most of the time I'm shouting and screaming and getting excited. So I enjoy it, and I meet a lot of meet my fans and listeners, and it's incredible, really, to do. It's something I never thought about doing it before, but it's incredible.
I mean, your enthusiasm for it is infectious. You
Oh,
know,
thanks, David.
when you listen to the show, you think, "Wow, I hadn't thought of that before."
Mm.
So it's nice, good quality show to listen
Oh,
to.
thank you very much.
And I try to tune in as often as I can. Well, once again, Blaze, thank you very much for your time. Good luck.
Thank you, David.
Good luck with the tours, both of them.
Okay.
And I'll see you a week on Friday.
And could you just mention on your show, blazebailey.net is my website. And if people sign up there just sign up for the email, then we'll send them an email every month telling them what I'm doing. They don't have to bother with social media, and it's the absolute truth. And then we get some freebies with it as well.
I'll put a link onto the video as well, so that'll
Thanks,
be easy
David.
to
That's
do.
very kind of
But
you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. It's always a pleasure. And as I said, we'll have a chat a week Friday in person.
Thanks, Dave. See you soon, mate.